As you may have noticed, millennials are everywhere. Not that this group of people born after 1980 and before 2000, a giant core now estimated to number at least 80 million Americans, more than the baby boom generation was ever invisible. What's changed in this status? Cuddle and helicopter captured to buy 24-hour TV cable networks focused over by marketers and college recruiters, dissected by psychologists, demographers, and transporters. The millennial generation has come fully into its own. The word millennial, whether uh, whether as noun or adjective, has monopolized the non-stop cultural conversation, invariably frightened with sagacity import. Millennials grew up in an electronics field and increasingly online and socially networked world. They are the generation that has received the most marketing attention as the most ethnically diverse generation. Millennials tend to be tolerant of difference, having been raised under the mantra "follow your dreams" and being told that they were special. They tend to be confident, while largely a positive trait. In the millennial generation's confidence has been argued to spill over it into the realms of entitlement of racism. They are often seen as slightly more optimistic about the future of America than other generations, despite the fact that they are the first generation since the silent generation that is expected to be less economically successful than their parents. According uh, to the new Pew Research, the millennial statistics are 50% of millennials are considered themselves politically unaffiliated. 29% consider themselves religiously unaffiliated. They have the highest average number of Facebook friends, with an average of 250 friends versus other generations with 200. 55% have posted a selfie or more to social media sites versus 20% of other generations. 8% of millennials claimed to have sexted, whereas 30% claim to have received sexts. They send a median of 50 texts a day. As of 2012, only 19% of millennials say that generally others can be trusted. There are about 76 million millennials in the United States, based on research. Millennials are the last generation born in the 20th century. 20% have at least one immigrant parent. Well, I consider myself a millennial. In schooling, the technology focus increased in programming. We millennials can be also very dependent on the internet for learning how to do our things. When our computers or devices don't work, we often need some form of assistance to troubleshoot and correct these issues without the aid of the internet. In contrast, the technologically inclined members of other generations may have started when electronics were hobby kids and the best gaming machines were unquestionably self-built computers. That starting point often means other generations has a deeper understanding of programming and hardware issues. We can improve our generation uh, by being conscious about the risk we may provoke if we continue in that way. We need to change our complete dependence on technology. We have a brain and we have to use it, and don't let the work only to the technology. I think smartphones and all that kind of gadget, yes, influence in our behavior, but we decide how it affects it. Technology is very useful, but we need to be with our feet on the earth and don't let technology manage our breath in a completely way. The boomers do need to hear the message they, that they're gonna have to start focusing more on coaching rather than boasting. If this generation in particular, you just tell them you got to do this, they truly will walk, and every major law firm, every major company knows this is the future. Uh, well, millennials and we can explain some less than best days too. Cultural transformations are seldom cost free and they are not always permanent. A new generation, as yet unnamed, is growing up in the world the millennials have made and may already be knowing on its own revision of the nation's moral life.